Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy. Today here with Allison Hirung, and we're at the BMX track. The 412 BMX Club has a track here on the Becker County Fairgrounds, near the Becker County Fairgrounds, and a big event today. Allison, why don't you talk a little bit about the event that's going on today?
Today is our state qualifier where kids come and collect extra points. They earn extra points for coming to this race, and they have to go to 3 of these in order to go to a state race, which they will earn state points and get a state plate.
And how many events, how many competitions or events do you have over the summer typically?
We hold one every week as a regular point race, and then for these special ones we hold Race for Life, which is a donation one, and this state race. And this year we held a red line race. Sometimes we also run a earn double race too.
Okay. All right, now you are the track manager, and how long has this track been here in Detroit Lakes?
It's been here longer than I have been working at it. My son's been here for 5 years. I want to say close to 10 to 15 years this track has been here.
Okay, great. So how has this, I mean, since you've been involved, how has the sport grown?
Oh, it's grown tremendously. I think in the first year that my son was here, they probably had 30, 40 riders. On a typical weeknight, we could get easily 60 riders. Today we're hoping for maybe 100, 200 riders.
Wow. Okay, so what are the ages and where do they come from?
They come from all over the state, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin. Age-wise, as soon as their training wheels are off, they can race. We've had 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds racing, and we have up to 40-some-year-olds.
Wow, so it's open.
Yes, it's a very open sport. If you want to ride a bike, if you know how to ride a bike, you can come here.
All right, and now you recently rebuilt the track here, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later on Hometown Happenings here in Detroit Lakes at the Lakes 412 BMX bike track. And Allison, let's talk a little bit about some of the competitions. You had mentioned a red line. Can you explain some of these competitions that they go through?
The red line one is a series. I'm not totally familiar with it, but it's a red line that is, the red line also sponsors a track, a bike. They send a bike to raise money. It's a series that kids can go to earn more points too.
So this is a club, obviously. So it's open to anyone. Anyone can come here and register and just walk on, so to speak.
You have to have a membership with American Bicycle Association. That's a $45 membership for 1 year. It covers your insurance, and the rider gets a magazine monthly. But that membership will cover you nationwide. You can go to any American Bicycle Association sanctioned track.
Okay. Do you know how many tracks there are nationwide? Putting you on the spot here.
Not nationwide. I've heard that Minnesota has the largest number. We have 13 tracks in Minnesota.
I'm here with Allison Hirung at the BMX track here in Detroit Lakes. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more after this. Welcome back to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy here with Allison Hirung. We're at the BMX track in Detroit Lakes. Allison, let's talk more about the actual event. We've got kids lined up at the beginning of the track, and they line up against basically a starting block area.
Yeah, there are categories in age. We have a computer program that puts them into groups. How their ability is and their age. They line up on the backside according to their moto, it's called, and when they get up there, then they line up in their moto group, and then there's a starting, I can't remember what it's called now when the words tell you to go. The gate drops, and they're on their way.
Okay, and we were watching these kids, and it requires quite a bit of balance.
Yeah, it does. They're up there. The professional ones are the ones that are really learning how to do this, can sit up on their bike without their feet down and get ready for the start.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch the different techniques, and some of the younger kids, I kind of cringe a little bit. But let's talk about this track here that you redid this year in 2009.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to have funds left over last season to start this track. We had it totally leveled out. We hired Phelps Plumbing to come and level the whole thing out, and the Fair Board actually donated a majority of all this dirt that's here. So they just brought it in by the truckloads, and we have Dennis Hoffs, who is the one who developed the layout of it, and he was here operating it and in control of it, and told them where to dump the dirt.
Okay. I was looking at kind of the landscape of it. Now, do you require to have a certain amount of bumps and twists and that sort of thing, or what is the determination to make it a qualifying track?
I believe the only requirements by the American Bicycle Association is the width of the track has to be and the length of the track. And it's a given a 900 to 1,100 feet long, so you can stop anywhere in between there. But other than that, no, it's up to you.
Okay. All right, so the track is made of dirt, obviously, but I noticed there's not a lot of dust. And
I believe it's a dirt clay mixture. And then there's also a chemical that we have purchased that is kind of a glue-like substance. It's really it's safe, so we didn't have to have any permits for it. To help hold down the dirt, and plus too, it helps with erosion. We got some good rain on Friday night, and if there wouldn't have been that chemical on there, we'd have some big ruts in that track.
All right, and just watching these kids, they look like they have a ton of fun, especially on the bumps. But you wouldn't get me out there.
No, not me. They keep telling me to get out there. We do have a couple moms who have joined, and they have like a 3-4, and people talk about them at other tracks, and I'm like, no, not this mom.
Now, are some of the uniforms that they wear? I know some kids are totally decked out, and some kids, are just doing it. They obviously have to have a helmet, and then some just show up in their regular garb, and then some just are totally decked out.
Yeah, the rules are you have to have long sleeves and long pants, and you have to have a full face helmet. A lot of these kids have been doing this for a long time. As you can see, all the canopies, those are families invested in it. You can get businesses to sponsor you, and then some of those kids have those on their shirts, their jerseys. You can buy those jerseys, just about anywhere. Shields, Jay Wolds has a bike shop out at Wolds RV, and kids will just buy them just to wear them, but some of them have sponsors on them, and they help pay for it in their full outfit too.
All right, and they, like you said, they start at the little ones and they go all the way up to the big ones. So it's an exciting sport. And if people have not seen this, it's a great. I think it's a great athletic event. You just see some of these kids and they just go full bore.
Yeah, we like to advertise too. It's a friendly family activity to come out and do. Spend the day out with your family, and we have one family here that their youngest is 5. She's the only one of their 6 that does not race. Okay. All 5, mom, dad, and 3 kids. So it's a family event.
Great. So how long do these races typically last?
This one today, I'm not sure, maybe 2-3 hours. This is only my 2nd year as track operator, so I'm kind of new at this too, but on a weekly night, maybe an hour.
Okay. Yep. All right. I'm here today on Hometown Happenings with Allison Hirung at the Detroit Lakes BMX track. We're talking about the events, and do you do your fundraising mostly during the winter time, or
No, we don't. Well, a lot of our profits come from our concessions. We do make money off of our registration, but I think pretty much while we're in this season in the summer, we have families interested in it, so they're going out and they're asking businesses if they want to make donations. Sometimes it gets a little restful in the wintertime, which is nice, but no, I think the summertime is when we do 99% of our work.
Okay, and how many volunteers do you have out here?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you. I'm sure we got a good 20-30 volunteers.
Okay. Yep. All right, and it's a great day, and races are typically held on Wednesday nights, you said?
Wednesday nights registration opens at 5:45. This year we've been adding a Tuesday night to get caught up because we've had some of that rainy weather, so we missed out on a few nights. So Tuesday and Wednesday this year, but next year probably just Wednesday.
Okay, and you just show up, or if anybody wants any more information, just give you a call or somebody call?
Yeah, you can go on the website too. If you go on to alltheracing.com, they list all the tracks in the nation, and if you find our track, and then there's an actual link to our track, and that will list all of our dates and times and the fees and all the things you need.
Okay, alltheracing.com here on TV3 at the Detroit Lakes BMX track with Allison Hirung. Thank you so much for talking to us today, and have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
And for Hometown Happenings on TV3, I'm Carol McCarthy.